A program aimed at helping homeless veterans just received a $1 million grant in Texas. Our Brian Burns talked today with one of the veterans who stands to benefit from the grant and says he's ready to change his life.
Sleeping on the streets can get you killed because you're trying to find a safe haven and there's nothing, just like you have the rats that run underneath the piers and stuff. You have human rats at night that will prey on you.
Walter Coleman served in the Army in the late 60s. After several hard knocks, he found himself without a home and was finally ready to change his life.
I was going through bad relationships, got all bummed out, turned into a drunken bum.
The Department of Housing and Urban Development, along with the VA, recently announced more than $1 million has been allocated for homeless veterans in Texas, which means 177 veterans will receive those vouchers, and 7 of those veterans are located here in the Coastal Bend. For veterans like Walter and more than 130 others in the city, this program is helping many of them reclaim their lives. Walter's caseworker, Carrie Myers, who is the VA's Texas Valley Coastal Bend Homeless Program Manager, says this is not just a rental housing assistance program.
We work with the veterans on their housing, and not just their housing, their income, their medical needs, their mental health needs, substance abuse needs, legal needs, support system needs. Myers says they meet with the veterans when they seek medical help at the VA clinic, and if they qualify, that's when they're accepted into the program. Myers says the VA is about to conduct a downtown survey on how many homeless veterans are living on the streets of the city. We need to know every single veteran that is in this community that is homeless, because there are so many programs with our community partners that we can connect them with, that we want to be able to take care of every veteran.
That survey is planned for November 2nd, and Walter's advice, veterans should seek out the VA.
They're the only people you can go to.
Brian Burns, 3 News.